Hello and welcome to Tuttle Data. Today I'm going to be going over some Power BI basics, including how to pull in data from multiple sources, making sure our formats are correct before we plug anything in, and also covering how to build some basic visualizations. So before we jump into it, please drop a like or subscribe to stay up to date on all the new data content that I put out every week. Now for Power BI, the nice thing about it is it's essentially the same as like Tableau or other platforms, but Power BI is free to use and download. So I'll put that link in the description for the download below. So once you have it downloaded, once you have it open, you're going to get the blank window report screen here. And so if you see an option here, so like importing data from Excel or import data from a SQL Server, you can click on that, put in your information, navigate to your file that you're looking for and go. But if you don't see it, on the Home tab, we have a Get Data dropdown. We can click More. And this will bring up all of the options that Power BI has for connections. So if we wanted to do Excel, text, format, folder would be just similar files together that we can combine and then use that as the data source. And then a number of other options that they have. They have a lot. But for our example, we're going to go ahead and use Excel workbook. So I've already navigated to my Power BI basics file. Let's double click that. And this will bring up the navigator pane. So I had 3 tabs of data within my file. I had the dataset tab, the product tab, and the region tab. If we click into them, we can see the different columns and the data that go with it. So for product table is just a table of product ID, product name, and value. And then for region, it's just state and region, although we do have to fix the column headers here. So let's go ahead and do that. So select all 3 and go to transform data, which is just a good rule of thumb to do anyways, since you never know if the formatting is correct before we plug it in. And that'll bring up the Power Query editor. And so since we're already in region, let's go ahead and fix those column headers. So under the Home tab, we can select Use First Row as Headers. It's an easy fix. It just promotes that first row up to be the header name. Product looks good. Data set, so if we had a wrong date field, so we could right click here and change that type to be whatever we needed it to be. So there's number formats, we have date time formats, text format, everything looks good though. So let's click out of that, make sure everything else is good, which it is. And so let's close and apply. So once that's loaded up, it's going to show up on our fields area on the right side here. So we'll see the 3 tabs that we have. And if you click the drop down, it'll give us all of the columns within those tabs. So our options for visuals are a lot. So we have bar charts, we have line charts, waterfall charts, and we have things like geographic maps. But we're just going to throw in a basic table for now. And then we're going to see how many customers we have created. So if we click on the check mark next to customer ID, it's going to put in the text value for all the customers. And if that's not the format we're looking for, which it's not, we're going to click that drop down and use the count. So we're counting all of the rows that have customer ID, which should be every single row within our data set. And then let's compare it to our number of purchases. So maybe we put in purchase date, which will have only dates where there have been purchases. Now we know the formatting is not correct here. So let's click the drop down again, select purchase date, which gives us some more options for aggregation. So we can use earliest, latest, count distinct, or count. We want to use count. So we're counting the number of purchases there. So this doesn't really tell us too much. So if we wanted to create a calculation or a measure against like what our conversion rate looks like, let's go ahead and do that. So under the dataset table, we're going to right click and go to new measure. And we're going to create conversion rate. Let's do %. And then we're just going to, we could do sum, we could do average, but in our case here, we know we have to do the count and it'll autofill for you, which is nice. So we want to do the count of purchases. close that out, divided by the count of our customers. Now, once we have our formula all figured out, we can click the check mark, and that new measure is now going to be under the data set table that we have on the right side for fields. So let's add that in. So now in our table, we can see overall, without any filters or without changing the data at all, we have a 0.48% conversion rate. And if we want to make that look a little cleaner, let's click on conversion rate within fields. And then measure tools, we have the option to change it to a percent. So from here, the state is good, but we can add in filters. So let's add the slicer, drag it up to the top and move things around, make it a little cleaner. And let's put in region. So as we click through our regions, we can see that now all the data is going to change with the selection that we have. So this is nice when you want to look at like specific regions or specific other fields just specifically for that data. So if you want to look at conversion rate in the Southwest, you can look at that. You can see how many customers we've created, how many we've purchased, and you can create slicers for date fields to get a specific date range as well. And once we have like a table and a filter up as well, we can change the style a little bit. So if we want to click matrix under visualizations, we can add in a different layer with products. So if we take products and drag it over to rows, we can now see for what we have selected for the South region, the 4 products, all those customers that have been created, all of the purchases for it, and then the conversion rate for that as well. So again, if we click through, we can see the different conversion rates for each region, for each product. And then finally, if we want to look at a couple different things, if we want to look at like a line chart, let's go ahead and spread that across the whole report. We can look at number of purchases. So let's put product or customer ID on the values, and it'll default to count of. And then let's say purchases on the axis. So we know here on the filters that we have to make some changes. So we don't want to see any blank fields for month on our purchases. So let's remove that so it'll get clean data. But from here, we can use this to see the months, the quarters, the days, the years, all that information for purchased customers over a specific set of time. And so if we wanted to drill down, since we're looking only at year, the double arrows are going to give us each layer of that hierarchy. So if we want to look at just the quarters with all years combined, just the months with all years combined, or if we want to go back to the top, we can break it out to be year quarter or year month or year day. And that's it. So that covers some Power BI basics. And so if you like this video, please subscribe or like for more data tips. And thanks for watching Tuttle Data.